What is an established church? Why is that question important? It's a very important question because the First Amendment to the United States Constitution says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. What did establishment of religion mean at the time that the First Amendment was drafted? Before it was drafted, what does it mean today? Establishment refers to a union created when church and civil government legally unify. This union can happen only under man's law, the laws of civil government. When man's law combines church and state, a church becomes either partially or totally a legal, temporal, earthly entity, an established church. In the old world before colonization, and originally in the colonies, that union meant union of only one church with the civil government. Union of church and state started in the early 4th century, when some churches legally, that is by law, combined with the state as one official state church under Constantine. One unified church combined with the state. There was only one official established church. All other churches were persecuted. The established church state tried to destroy them all. This Catholic model, with modifications, was later adopted by Protestant church-state unions. All church-state combinations in the old world used the arm of the state to persecute quote-unquote heretics. Over 50 million such heretics were murdered by the Catholic establishments, many of them my spiritual ancestors. Protestantism also viciously persecuted those who would not bow down to the official church-state establishments. Catholicism and Protestantism predominated in the old world, but only Protestant sects were responsible for the founding of America. Originally in the American colonies, law in a given colony established a single church. This view, due to unique circumstances, evolved into multiple legal establishments by the time of the adoption of the United States Constitution and the First Amendment. The universal view in America later became choice of either establishment, that is, union of church and state, or non-establishment, separation of church and state. Today in America, any quote-unquote church can choose without persecution to establish or not to establish, to unify with civil government or not to do so. Circumstances in the New World caused an evolution in the relationship of church and state. From single church establishments, the colonies gradually moved to multiple establishments, the establishment of more than one church in any one colonial jurisdiction. At the time of the American Revolution, the laws of the 7 colonies, which still combined church and state, recognized multiple establishments, the combination of more than one church with the state. In those 7 colonies, more than one church combined with and received benefits from their particular colonial government. And this continued into their statehood. This was the concept of establishment, which had been in force in the colonies for some time before the adoption of the First Amendment in 1791. An establishment of religion meant to those who framed and ratified the First Amendment what it meant to those 7 states. In all 7, it meant government union with and support of religion on a non-preferential basis. It was specifically this support on a non-preferential basis that the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment sought to forbid. After the adoption of the Constitution and the First Amendment, every state which had a constitution and which had not already done so changed their laws, their constitutions, to allow churches a choice: combine with the state, establish, or operate as a spiritual entity under God only, without penalty or persecution. Churches could choose either to incorporate or not to incorporate. In 1954, the federal government passed another law, Internal Revenue Code Section 501c3. This law allows a church to apply for tax-exempt status, a status which combines church and state at the federal level, attaching the church legally to the civil government at the federal level. A corporate 501c3 church is established at both the state and federal level. And again, 501c3 status is a choice. Churches can choose it or reject it.